Thanks. Now time for Connect to Providence, our monthly segment with Mayor Smiley here at 5:30. Lot to discuss this month, including the status of SNAP. Mayor, good to see you.
Happy to be back.
So there's a vote expected at 7 o'clock in Washington, and many people are optimistic that it'll end the strike, which will then help or the shutdown rather, and start the SNAP benefits. Is that going to happen right away, or is there going to be a backlog?
Well, first of all, we believe that Rhode Islanders, according to the governor, have received their SNAP benefits.
Okay.
You know, inexplicably, the Trump administration is still pursuing the lawsuit to try to prevent the payment. But Rhode Islanders, we believe, have been told have received their benefits this weekend. But there was still that disruption. And we're talking about families who, you know, a typical family in Rhode Island who receives SNAP is a family of 3 making $45,000 a year. So any disruption is hugely impactful to their family. And so it's going to take a little while for families to get back on their feet, and we're all going to have to continue to help.
And the city has been offering some help too in different locations, libraries in the morning, or after school rather, where people can show up and if they qualify, or in some cases, depending upon your age, don't necessarily qualify for SNAP benefits, you can have access to food.
Right, so any city rec center, we have 11 rec centers, and any of our community libraries, our neighborhood library branches, anybody 18 or younger can get a free dinner, and then whatever's left over we send home to their families. And so our students already get free breakfast and lunch at school, and now you can get a third meal after school at our rec centers or at our libraries. You don't have to be a regular, you don't have to be one of our rec center kids. Like, you can just walk in, 18 or under, you don't need an ID or anything, and there's a meal there waiting for you.
All right. Mayor, I want to talk a little bit about a disturbance that you've talked about quite a bit on Halloween near Providence College, where there was over 1,000 kids drinking, disruptive, and then it turned violent. And I was kind of surprised at the reaction to it. So the people that were arrested for actually doing the damage, which was, you know, awful, were actually high school students. But the university's response was, our students really weren't involved, and there were no arrests or no kind of punishment for the people who actually threw the party. And I'm curious as to whether or not you think that PC gets a pass sometimes.
So I think every instance that happens we take seriously, and the facts are different on each and every one of them. This was a really disturbing, and we hope it doesn't become a trend, of a pop-up party that seems to have been organized online. They seem to have picked a destination, and then people came from all over to be there. It happened to be near where a lot of students live, which are not just PC students, by the way. A lot of college kids live along Eaton Street and a couple of those blocks, and they're Johnson Wales students and other students as well. The party started, some of those students came over, and then some of them turned around and left, but it was not a PC party. So I think the university's right that this was not their responsibility. Anybody who was involved in violence or vandalism or damage, we're hoping to hold accountable. We've not finished our investigations. We do have some video footage. We're going through everything, and we'll hold as many people accountable as possible, whether they be a PC student or a high school student or an adult from another community. But this was not a college party. This was something that was organized online.
But I would say, would you say it's fair to say that most of the kids were college, obviously at a high school age?
We don't know that to be true.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't know that to be true.
And that's always been a problem area too with PC students, as somebody who's covered it for years.
Well, this is the thing. There are separate things. There are definitely PC-related parties that are chronic, that happen regularly, that the students, the landlords, and the university are held accountable when they happen. That's not what this was.
This is different.
This is different.
Okay.
And we're taking it very seriously, because we don't want this to be an ongoing occurrence in the city. And we, you know, there were 3 locations that night that were announced online. One location nobody showed up to. One was this location that happened to be near where PC students live. And then there was a third location that actually isn't near where PC students live. And we had a problem there also, which is why we believe it's
online gatherings.
That's right. And we think it's unrelated to the college, to any college.
Okay. Today we just reported that a librarian in Providence had been charged with assaulting, or allegedly assaulting, a student. Of course, innocent until proven guilty. But this is one of a number of incidents where either teachers have been in trouble or students have been in trouble. We've seen it in Woonsocket, we see it in Providence, and a lot of parents are saying, I don't know if I feel safe about sending my kid to school. So as the mayor, what do you do here? Why are teachers accused of hitting kids and kids accused of hitting teachers? It's like, you know, Animal House.
Yeah, and so, I mean, as we've talked about many times on this show, I don't run the schools right now. And so as mayor, what I do right now is make sure that incidents are properly investigated and that it's not allowed to be swept under the rug and that people are held accountable. Myself, the City Council, and the school board, all three of us share that perspective of making sure that the appropriate adults are held responsible. But punishment will ultimately be given out by the school department and their boss right now, which is the Department of Education.
Right. But this has been an ongoing issue too, but it just seems like it to spark up recently where you have teachers involved. And you know, some people online will say, I can't blame the teachers sometimes. These kids are out of control. I just wonder when do you get to a point where you have to get police officers and, you know, and just to secure some safety there?
It is never okay for an adult to act aggressively towards a child. So if anybody says, you know, I don't blame these teachers, I do blame these teachers. It's a tremendously hard job, and there are certainly some situations that present themselves with difficult young people, but it is always the adult's responsibility to do the right thing.
That goes without saying. I'm just wondering, though, what you can do as the mayor of the city right now to secure some safety for parents.
So it's to ensure accountability and ensure that action is taken so that this is addressed both with the specific individuals if it turns out that after the investigation they've turned out to do something wrong, and then two, to make sure it's not a systemic problem, which I think is the broader question that you're asking, that these are isolated incidents and not part of a culture or a failure to train or something that's more systemic, which is really the school department's responsibility to ensure.
On a much lighter note, you told me a few months ago, that the Eastside Marketplace would be replaced by a supermarket.
Yes.
It turned out yesterday that it has, so Whole Foods is coming to the Eastside Marketplace. Any other changes you can tell us about in terms of this announcement?
Yeah, the only thing I can say, and folks in the neighborhood have seen the butcher papers up on the wall. They're doing work. They're doing a full renovation of this building. This is going to be a large, brand new, modern Whole Foods with sort of all the bells and whistles that they have now. And so I hope it's a great resource for the community. I know Whole Foods doesn't, Whole Foods is a Whole Foods. It's not the same as a Stop and Shop or another market, but it will be much bigger than the neighborhood Whole Foods, which is right around the corner and quite small.
And so any opening date on this?
No, the hope is, in my conversations with the landlord, the hope is that it will be ready for next year's holiday season. So that would be the holiday season of 26.
All right. Mayor, we're out of time. Always good to see you. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you answering the questions.
Thank you.
Emily?